Hi everybody. Today I'm going to teach you how to wedge clay, but before we wedge clay, we have to make it. We have to homogenize the clay. Homogenizing the clay means to make it uniform and similar. So we're going to take our old harder clay and we're going to mix it with soft clay, and that's how we get good clay. You want to break up the clay into little chunks, little bits, and then you get soft clay from the buckets. And try to get more soft clay. It should be equal amounts. And you use your hands like this, like a blender, and you're gonna mix it all up together until it's homogenized, until there's no more lumpity bumpities. So that's the first step. The second step is I'm gonna teach you how to wedge clay. So I'm not gonna, since I'm in a hurry and this is just a demo, I'm gonna forget about that right now, and I'm gonna work really hard to make sure there's no lumpity bumpities in this. I'm using my fingers like a blender, and I'm just squeezing this clay all together. I'm gonna mix it all up together. So after I feel no more lumpity bumpities, the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how to wedge the clay. So I still feel a couple of little lumpity bumpities. It takes a few minutes, and now I'm gonna wedge the clay. You can just put that on the table. Thank you. Yep, thanks. So then the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm on this Hardie backer board. This board sucks the water out. It's really good stuff. It's made out of a type of cement. And so you're gonna use the palms of your hands and you are going to wedge. We're learning how to wedge. This is a wedging technique. And the reason why we wedge is we want to de-air the clay. So the reason why air is bad in the clay is because it can, the air is where the moisture likes to be and creates steam. Steam needs a place to escape in the kiln when it gets really hot. And so if we have any air in our clay, we're gonna have problems. So I'm gonna move over to a drier place. I have the palms of my hands. I'm gonna turn it and push, turn and push, turn and push. This is called wedging. Little turn, little push, little turn, little push, little turn, little push. And I'm gonna do this, I'm keeping it moving to a dry area. I'm gonna do this until it no longer sticks to my skin. And it's almost there. I want it in a nice plastic state so that it's flopsy mopsy, it's easy to work with, but it's not sticky, it's not sticking to my skin like this is. That's like slip, right? Slip is wet clay. So thank you very much for being quiet while I do this. I appreciate you guys. So now that I have this clay, I've wedged it, I've turned and pushed, I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna push it down, and I'm gonna kind of slam it onto the table. And it's just another way to even further compress the clay and de-air the clay and get it ready to use. Okay, now we're in good shape. The next thing that we're gonna do is, you've worked really hard for this clay and we don't want it to dry out. So in my class, we take an old wet rag, we get it wet, and we wrap it up in here, and then we put it in a bag. We have a 2 bag, every student needs 2 bags. 1 bag for the clay that they worked so hard to make, and another bag for their project. So we're gonna wrap this up, because it's Arizona and it gets really hot and things dry out super fast. We're gonna take a wet paper towel, squeeze all the water out, wrap this up, put it in a bag, and we'll continue to work on it until it's ready to dry out, when the pinch pot is ready to dry out. So we have 2 bags, 1 bag wrapped in a wet rag with our clay, and the other bag is for our current project. Thank you so much. Bye.